This is Homelink 9-1, Who Am I? For Grade 3 Everyday Math. The problems in this Homelink involve children solving whole number riddles. Your child will use place value concepts, number sense, and computation skills to solve the riddles. To provide practice with basic and extended facts, multiplication fact practice is added at the bottom of this Homelink. In each riddle, I am a different whole number. Use the clues to find out who I am. Clue number 1. I'm greater than 30 and less than 40. So I know it's a number between 30 and 40. And the sum of my digits is less than 5. Well, if I start 31, 3 plus 1 is 4. It could be 31. Let's try 32. 32, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So it can't be 32. So it has to be 31. Number 2. Clue number 1. I'm greater than 15 and less than 40. Alright, so I know it's a number between 15 and 40. If you double me, I become a number that ends in 0. Alright, so I know it's going to be a number that if I double, it's going to end in 0. So, and 1/5 of me is equal to 5. Alright, well, clue number 3 is a good bet for me to try, because I have to think 1/5 of what number equals 5. That means if I have 5 times, right, or 5/5 of that number, it would be like saying 5 times 5. That's going to equal 25. So I'm going to think about the number 25, because 25 is greater than 15 and less than 40. If I double 25, 25 times 2, I get 50. So that's a number that ends in 0. And 1/5 of me, 1/5 of 25, is equal to 5. So the number is 25. Alright, number 3. Clue number 1, I'm less than 100. Okay, well, that doesn't narrow it down very much. The sum of my digits is 4. Alright, that narrows it down some. For the sum of the digits to be 4, I know that it's got to be a number that's like 40, or 31, or 22, or 13. Okay, I know it's got to be one of those numbers, because those are the numbers less than 100, where the sum of the digits is 4. Half of me is an odd number. Well, half of 40 is 20. That's not an odd number. Half of 31 is not an odd number. Half of 22 is 11. That works. That is an odd number. And half of 13 is not an odd number. So the answer is 22. Alright, number 4. If you multiply me by 2, I become a number greater than 20 and less than 40. Alright. If you multiply me by 6, I end in 8. And if you multiply me by 4, I end in 2. So in this, there's a lot of clues here. So we're going to start by narrowing down these clues. Alright. And we're going to narrow it down this way. If you multiply me by 2, I become a number greater than 20 and less than 40. So that tells me that it's an even number between 22 and 38, because of greater than 20 and less than 40. So I'm just going to rewrite that. An even number. It's much easier to read. An even number between 22 and 38. Now that's only if you multiply it by 2, which would mean it would have to be some number between 11 and 19, because 11 times 2 is 22, and 19 times 2 is 38. Alright, so it's some number from 11 to 19. That's what I'm looking at here. Alright, now, if you multiply me by 6, I end in 8. And if you multiply me by 4, I end in 2. Well, if I multiply 11 by 6, it's 66, it doesn't end in 8. If I multiply 12 by 6, I get 12 by 6, I get 72. That doesn't end in 8. If I multiply 13 by 6, 13 times 6, 3 times 6 is 8, and 6 plus 1 is, right, 6 plus 1 is 7, so I have 78. Alright, that would work. And if you multiply me by 4, I end in 2. So let's say if the number is 13, 13 times 4, 3 times 4 is 12, put down the 2, carry the 1, 4 plus 1 is 5, 52. So 13 works. Okay, there's also one other number that works that you might have figured out, and that's the number 18. Okay, and the reason is because of this. 18 times 6, 8 times 6 is 48, carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 108. Alright, and then what you're going to do is if we multiply it by 4, it should end in 2. 18 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. Put down the 2, carry the 3. 4 plus 1, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, 72. So both of these numbers work. 13 or 18. Alright, and for number 5, double my tens digit to get my ones digit. Double me, and I'm less than 50. Alright, so if we have to try a little bit to see what we can get. So let's try something in the tens first. If I double the tens digit, I get the ones digit, so 1 doubled is 2. And if I double 12, I get 24, and that is less than 50. So you have to just try it out. Alright? Let's start with a tens digit that's 2. If I double the 2, I get a 4 in the ones digit, that's 24. If I double 24, I get 48, which is also less than 50. Now if I were to try it with 30, if I were to double the tens digit to get the ones digit, I'd have 36. I'd have 36. But if I double that, I have 72, and that doesn't work because it's not less than 50. So the answers for 5 are either 12 or 24. Alright, number 6. This is basic multiplication practice. 8 times 7 is 56, and then we have some fact extensions. So that means 80 times 70. 8 times 7 is 56, plus the 0 is 560. Then again, 8 times 7 is 56. This time I have 2 zeros to consider. 5,600. Okay, you can see those fact extensions here. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 40. So we do 5 times 4 and get 20, and then we add a 0. Don't let it trick you because you have a 0 here. That's just the 0 from the 20. Here, 500 times 400. 5 times 4 is 20. Then I have 3 zeros to consider. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I just add them right on. Okay? So this is Home Link 9.1, Who Am I? For grade 3 Everyday Math.